rise for support court with Judge Vonda B. Judge, this is case number JVB1070, Allen case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Allen, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, basically, my sister came and dropped her kids off 9 months ago and hasn't come back for them.
How old are the kids?
4 and 7.
All right. What do you mean she dropped them off and hasn't come back?
Well,
I mean, tell me the story. Like, what
so
happened?
for one summer, she just, called and said, hey, I need to, would you like your niece and nephew for the summer? And I said, sure, So I took care of them because I know she works hard and she, is, attending school at night. And I don't have any kids, so I, volunteered to help out. But she hasn't come back for them, nor does she give any financial support. So I'm here.
Okay. And you want your sister to pay child support to you for her 4-year-old and her 7-year-old?
Yes.
Okay. Are these boys, girls?
The older one's a girl, and
Okay.
the younger one's a boy.
Okay. What about health insurance?
She pays the health insurance.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
I love my niece and my nephew, and I don't necessarily want to keep them from her, but if she needs my help and I can help, then I want to, but I need her help also.
As you just saw, Judge Vonda B opened today's case with her usual calm and respectful tone. Right from the beginning, she created a space where both sides could be heard without judgment. That's something special, something you only learn after years of experience on the bench. Miss Allen, the petitioner, shared her story that her sister left 2 young children with her for what was supposed to be a summer and never came back. Imagine the courage it takes to stand up in court and say, I love these kids. I stepped up, but I need help. And Judge Vonda B didn't rush. She listened closely. She asked the right question. That's what makes her so respected. She knows how to uncover the truth, not by force, but by patience and wisdom. This segment reminds us that support isn't just financial. It's emotional, it's time, and it's responsibility. And Judge Vonda B sees that clearly.
So
All right.
That's it. I'm not trying to be ugly or malicious to my sister. I want her to do well. I just need help.
Understand. Okay. Ma'am, what is the reason that you dropped your children off with your sister and haven't been back to get them?
I just decided that I don't want to have kids.
Excuse me?
I don't want to have kids.
Yeah, well, you already had them, so they're yours. Your sister is raising them. Don't you think you should want to get them back? Or you don't want kids at all? You don't want the responsibility, anything?
No, I just don't want to have kids anymore.
Okay, interesting. Now, what about the financial part of it? What about paying your sister child support to take care of your children? I mean, you don't want them. You're not raising them. They've been with her for the past 9 months. So wouldn't you say it's fair to give her some money for them?
I don't really have it. I only make like $40,000 a year.
But you're making money, okay? Do you live alone?
Yes.
You live alone, you make $40,000 a year. She said you pay health insurance.
And I go to school at night.
Okay. Well, that's good. You don't want to, what are you going to school for? Let me ask you this first.
For fashion.
Fashion, okay. You plan to make a lot of money with that?
Hopefully one day.
Do you intend on getting your kids back at some point?
I mean, I don't know. I just know how I feel right now, and I just don't want to have my kids. I just want to focus on my career.
So let's talk about that. Did you just wake up one day and say, I don't want to have kids anymore, and I'm going to send them, make it seem as though I want my sister to keep them for the summer, when really I'm just going to drop them off and never pick them back up? Like, how did you get to that point?
It just kind of happened, and
It kind of just happened? Are you dating someone?
What a powerful moment we just witnessed. Judge Vonda B calmly addressing a serious issue. When the respondent declared, I don't want to have kids anymore, the judge didn't react with anger. Instead, she carefully probed, asking about responsibilities, finances, and relationships. In my long years on the bench, I've seen that true wisdom lies in holding people accountable with compassion rather than harshness. Judge Vonda B shines as a beacon of fairness, ensuring that even when the truth is hard, she guides everyone toward accountability.
No.
Were you dating someone?
Yes.
Did they have kids?
No.
They didn't want your kids around?
I mean, not necessarily. I just,
So was that what started this? You not wanting your kids because the person you were in a relationship with really didn't want your kids around?
well, no. It's just, I just want to focus on my school, and I work. And so that's like my whole day. And
You have to understand why this is hard for me to process, right? You know, because myself, I'm a parent and I'll do whatever for my kids. That includes career, whatever. So to be sitting across from you and you're very adamant about that, it's really shocking for me. So you'll have to excuse me if I seem a little taken back. It's not making sense, ma'am. What it sounds like to me is that you ditched your kids because of the relationship that you previously had. You're no longer with that person,
right.
which means you can go get your kids again, right?
Well, now they've just been there so long, it's maybe what's best. And
Well, 9 months is a long time in the sense that you go without seeing them and taking care of them, but you can still make it right.
It's easier for her, Judge. My apologies to just, outburst, but it's just easier for her, for me to have them, basically.
And this is what you're okay with doing?
yeah,
Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do. You said you make $40,000 a year. Health insurance, how much was that?
$80.
$80. Okay. And that $80, that's for both of the children?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to have you do. We're going to have you continue to pay the health insurance. At least make sure the kids stay insured, okay? And you have to keep working because you're going to pay your sister child support. You understand that, right?
But I don't make enough.
Did you think you were going to come in here, not take care of them, and not pay child support?
Well, I just think
I need to hear this.
they're doing okay, and she can do it.
Right, but she needs financial support. Your sister doesn't have any children. You dumped 2 kids on her. And the fact that you think that is okay is unacceptable. You dropped 2 kids on her and you don't even want to pay for them.
As you just saw, Judge Vonda B laid out the reality with clarity. The respondent tried to explain why she couldn't afford child support, but the judge didn't let that slide. She reminded her, these are your kids, and someone has to provide for them. It wasn't about shaming her. It was about responsibility. Judge Vonda B balanced firmness with fairness, making sure the sister's efforts were acknowledged and supported. That's what makes her so respected. She doesn't just hear cases. She sees the people in them.
But what did you think we were doing here today? You think I'm sitting up here so you can waste my time?
No.
Okay, so you'd agree with me, you should be paying your sister something, right?
Yes.
Okay. When do you graduate from school?
In May of next year.
Okay. Where are the children's father?
I don't know.
For both, or, do they have the same father?
No.
Okay, so where is the 7-year-old's dad?
He's somewhere. I don't know. I don't really know.
What about the 4-year-old?
He's present sometimes. He comes around sometimes.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, you understand what's going on here today, right? I just want to make sure that you're completely aware of everything that's going on today. You're going to walk out of this courtroom today paying child support to your sister. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you don't understand, I need you to tell me you don't understand, okay? So we're clear, you understand.
Yes.
Judge Vonda B brought everything together with wisdom and clarity. She calculated the support, gave credit for health insurance, and still made sure the sister would receive what's fair. Even when the respondent said she couldn't afford it, the judge stayed steady. You made this choice. Now you have to make it work. That's real leadership. She didn't scold, she taught. And in the end, she made sure the children's well-being came first. That's why Judge Vonda B earned so much respect. Every ruling comes from a place of care, strength, and deep understanding of what justice really means.
Okay, so you said you made $40,000 a year, giving you credit for health insurance. They bring your gross to $3,253. Your net, $2,798. That's 25% for 2 children. That brings your child support to about $699.50. We're gonna round it up to $700. That's what you will pay your sister monthly.
I just don't think I can afford it. I have to pay for school, and that's really what my priority is right now.
Well, your sister's priority is to take care of your children. Your children. Not her children, your children. So as long as she's in the position that you put her in, you're going to have to make it work. You graduate next year, you can find a job. A better paying job than what you have now, right? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, so then there's no confusion. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Are you upset with her?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure because I don't believe she did anything wrong. Miss Allen, do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're welcome. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
During this part of the hearing, the case begins with Ms. Allen explaining how her sister left her 2 children, a 4-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl, at her home 9 months ago and never returned. She initially agreed to watch them for the summer, believing it was a short-term arrangement. Ms. Allen shares how she's been providing for them without any financial help, despite having no children of her own. She expresses love for her niece and nephew and says she doesn't want to keep them from their mother, but needs support to continue. Judge Vonda B listens intently, maintaining a warm yet composed demeanor. Her respectful questioning allows Ms. Allen to express herself fully, showing the judge's ability to create a safe and fair environment in the courtroom right from the start. As the discussion unfolds, Judge Vonda B turns to the children's mother to understand her side. The mother shockingly admits she no longer wants kids and has emotionally detached from them. When the judge reminds her that she already has children, the woman still insists she wants out of parenting. Judge Vonda B, visibly taken aback but still composed, challenges her gently yet firmly, asking whether she understands the gravity of her actions. Despite the mother's attempt to justify her absence with work and school commitments, the judge skillfully steers the conversation back to responsibility and duty, showing both empathy and authority in navigating such a difficult conversation. This moment showed how fairness can prevail even in emotionally charged situations. The mother reveals she makes $40,000 a year and pays for the children's health insurance. When asked about her future plans, she says she's studying fashion and wants to focus on her career instead of raising her kids. Judge Vonda B asks thought-provoking questions about whether the decision stemmed from a past relationship where her partner didn't want the children around. Though the mother hesitantly denies this, her vague responses concern the judge. Yet, rather than reacting harshly, Judge Vonda B models patience and care, trying to uncover the real motivations behind the abandonment while still honoring the seriousness of the issue. Judge Vonda B continues demonstrating her experience by highlighting how uncommon and emotionally unsettling the situation is. She shares her own perspective as a parent and how difficult it is to understand a mother choosing to walk away from her children. The judge keeps her composure, expressing genuine concern while maintaining professional control. She points out the emotional toll on the children, having been left behind for 9 months with no indication of when or if their mother will return. Despite the emotional shock, the judge keeps the focus on practical outcomes and necessary legal actions, showing her ability to lead with both heart and reason. In this part of the hearing, the judge explores whether the mother intends to reclaim custody in the future, only to find that she has no clear plan. Judge Vonda B gently probes whether the decision was really a calculated one masked as temporary summer care. The mother offers little clarity, saying it just kind of happened. Despite the murky reasoning, Judge Vonda B doesn't let frustration cloud her professionalism. Instead, she emphasizes that the children didn't ask for this and need consistency. She reaffirms the importance of taking responsibility and paints a clear picture of the moral and legal duties of a parent, reminding everyone of the children's well-being. Judge Vonda B steers the courtroom back to financial responsibility. She acknowledges that the mother is in school and working, but stresses that these factors don't eliminate her obligations as a parent. The mother tries to argue that the children are doing okay with her sister, but the judge immediately counters by stating that doing okay is not a free pass to escape child support. This moment highlights Judge Vonda B's fairness. She's not dismissing the mother's ambitions, but she's also ensuring that the burden doesn't unfairly fall on someone else. Her ability to balance compassion with accountability is especially admirable here. This section further displays Judge Vonda B's calm authority. She systematically breaks down the mother's financial situation to determine what amount of child support is fair. She acknowledges the $80 monthly health insurance payment and uses precise calculations to arrive at a support amount of $700 a month for 2 children. Despite the mother's protests about affordability, the judge stays firm, explaining that prioritizing school does not exempt her from caring for her children. Her approach remains measured and logical, demonstrating how a fair and structured legal process can guide even the most emotionally complex situations. Throughout this moment, Judge Vonda B continues to emphasize the human impact of the situation. She points out that Ms. Allen, the aunt, didn't ask for this role and yet has stepped up without hesitation. The judge criticizes the mother's belief that she can abandon her children and offer no financial help. Her statements are direct but never demeaning. This balance of firm critique and respectful tone underscores Judge Vonda B's exceptional courtroom presence. She ensures that justice is not only served legally but ethically, advocating for the best interests of the children and recognizing the aunt's sacrifices with genuine appreciation. As the hearing nears its conclusion, Judge Vonda B asks whether the mother understands the outcome. She will be required to pay child support moving forward. She gives the mother several chances to clarify any confusion, underscoring her belief in due process and informed consent. The judge takes time to walk her through the numbers, explaining her net income and the 25% support rate. Her methodical approach ensures that the ruling is transparent and fair. She invites questions and confirms multiple times that both parties understand the court's decision. This shows her dedication to clarity and her respect for the process. In the final moments, Judge Vonda B ensures the emotional atmosphere is stable. She gently checks in with both parties, asking the mother if she's angry at her sister, and clarifying that Ms. Allen has done nothing wrong. When both confirm understanding, the judge closes the session with her trademark poise. Her ability to maintain dignity, offer empathy, and deliver justice highlights why she is such a respected figure. The courtroom is dismissed with professionalism and care, leaving the audience with a clear sense of fairness, resolution, and the quiet strength of a judge who leads with both wisdom and heart.